Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do number 51 out of 11.1. The problem's already written here. X plus y minus z is 6, 3x minus 2y plus z is negative 5, and x plus 3y minus 2z is 14. I'm going to go through the method that we kind of worked through in class. Your method may vary a little bit from mine, but that's okay. What I'm showing you now is going to work anytime. Remember, I want to get kind of that empty triangular region in the lower, this one, so the x, the 3x, and the 3y. I want those spots to be empty, but I want to have an equivalent system to the one that's currently here. So I'm going to try to use some of the language from class. I'm going to target, meant to use the eraser, did not mean to use the eraser. So the 3, and that was an x. Okay, so not bad. Alright, so I'm going to target the 3x. Do that first. To do that, I'm going to do line 1 times negative 3. Put it in parentheses, doesn't look like x minus 3. So I'm going to do line 1 times negative 3. Next, I'm going to target the x in line 3. But for now, let's just worry about the one that's circled. That gives me negative 3x minus 3y plus, because I get a double negative, 3z equals negative 18. The negative 18 comes from multiplying by the 6. So I'll come down here and I will draw the next little group of the system. So I'm going to get x plus y minus z equals 6. That's just the first line copied all over again. Remember, we're going to go back up to it later. Now, I'm going to do the operation where I take this line and add it to line 2. So, and I'm going to write that right here, underneath of the one that's currently there. So that gives me, I got 3x, and then I have a negative 3x. They add together and cancel out. Then I've got a negative 2y and a negative 3y. That adds to negative 5y. Now I have a plus z and a plus 3z. That adds to plus 4z. Sorry, my z's are kind of bad. And then I get the equal sign. And then I have the negative 5. And I add it to the negative 18. And that gives me negative 23. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the, oops, I'm going to erase this. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the third line, right? I'm going to target, let's go to a different color. I'm going to target this x right here. Remember, there's a plus sign. I kind of wrote over that. Okay, so to target that x, I'm going to do line 1 times, so line 1, this line, times negative 1. So I'm really just going to change the sign on everything. That's going to give me, give myself some space for down below. So it's going to give me negative x minus y plus double negative on the z equals negative 6. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to add this right here to that line right there, this bottom line, and put it right here. So the x and the negative x cancel each other out. There's nothing in that column. Notice now we're getting closer to having that bottom triangular open thing. I've got a plus 3y and a minus y. That gives me, I'm going to go back to blue. That gives me 2y. And then z, positive z, right here, negative 2z, right here, gives me a negative z. And then 6 and 14, sorry, negative 6 and 14 takes me to 8. Alright, hopefully you're okay with that. The next step is to get rid of, I'll use an arrow real quick, this one, to basically make that guy blank. So we had an example similar to this in class today. So what color? I guess I'll go back to orange. Go a little. All right. I want to target. I've got a 5 right here, negative 5. I got a 2 that I've already pointed to in green. My target number for those is to get a 10 because that's the smallest number that both of them go into. So I'm going to target 10 for my y's. I'll write that. Target 10 for y's. Alright, I'm going to actually move this a little bit so we have some more space. Hopefully you understand how we got from that first line to this line. Alright, so to target it, I need to change the numbers out front of the y. The orange one, the one that has the orange arrow, the negative 5y, I need to double it. So I need to double that entire line. So I guess I'll do that orange. That gives me negative, so I'll write it, oops. I'm going to do line 2 times 2. That's going to give me negative 10y. 4 times 2 is 8, so plus 8z is equal to negative 46. Now, I should mention that we can do this. I'm currently eliminating the y's. You could eliminate the z's in this case, and it would be a little bit easier, but if you see that, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it with the y's. Okay, now in green, I will do, I need to get it up to 10. The y, it's currently a 2y, so that's this guy. So I need to take it and multiply it by 5. So I'm going to do line 3 by 5. That gives me 10y minus 5z is equal to, multiplying by 5. 5 times 8 is 40. So notice now, in these two lines that I wrote in orange and green, I've got the 10y and the negative 10y. So I can add them, and the y's go away. The z's, I'm left with 3z, 8 minus 5, and then negative 46 and positive 40, add to negative 6. That's easy to solve. Z is equal to negative 2. Now I'm going to come back over here to the left, do a little bracket. I'm going to work my way backwards. I know Z is equal to, actually I'm going to give myself a hair more space, right to there. I know Z is equal to negative 2. Now what I'm going to do is plug, let me erase some of this stuff. Alright, I'm going to plug, go back to the same colors, whatever, pink. I'm going to plug in Z equal to negative 2 to this equation right here. I'm going to plug it in right there, and then notice the only variable I have in that equation is y, and I can solve for y. So I'll show that work. Go back to blue. So I get negative 5 times y, and then when I plug it in right here, I get minus 8. Is that right? Yep. Minus 8 is equal to negative 23. I'll do my scratch work down low. Add 8 to both sides. I get negative 5y equals negative 15, which divide by 5, I get y equal to 3, is that right? Yeah. So I'll circle the answers that I have so far. I've got z equal to -2. I've got y equal to 3. At this point, all I have to do is find x. I'm going to use this line to find x because notice it tells me y, it tells me z, and it tells me what x is in terms of those guys. So since I know down in red below that z is -2 and y is 3, I can plug in -2 here for z, and I can plug in 3 here for y. As I do that, I get x, y is 3, plus y, so I get plus 3. Then I get minus a negative, oh gosh, come on now. So I get plus 3. Z is -2, so minus a -2 gives me plus 2. And then that's equal to 6. This is equivalent to x plus 5 equals 6, which means x is 1. X is 1. Circle it in red. Talked about this a little bit. I like to write it using coordinates. Remember they're three-dimensional coordinates, so it goes x, comma, y, comma, z. So my answer is 1, comma, that's a bad one, 1, comma, 3, positive, comma, -2. And that's what you should get for this one. I know it's complicated. There's lots and lots of ways to do it. You don't necessarily have to do it the way that I did it. But that's that. Thanks.